Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've made a video. The reason is I've been extremely busy lately. I moved house and that, required a lot of work. I'm still not done yet. I'm still working on my workshop. I don't have yet my full workshop moved, so I have a bit of half of a workshop here at the moment. But there's enough to do some basic things. Not yet fully equipped to work on radios yet, but that will come over the course of the coming weeks. But now I have like some basic stuff, like my soldering station set up and everything. So I thought, well, why not do again a Christmas special, just like we did last year and the year before, I think, where I just work on the project in real time and, we'll chat a bit along the way. I even made myself something to drink. No beer this time. It's in the afternoon. That shouldn't be an excuse, but hey, I made myself a coffee. I even went through the trouble of adding some steamed milk. So, right, very hot, but very nice. So what shall we do? I had a look. I still have a couple of projects or DIY kits that I have laying around, and I found this one. I got this a couple of years ago from this webshop. I'm not sponsored at all. I think I got it for free when I bought my signal generator. Not sure. I think it was a signal generator. It's a DIY kit for a clock. Well, we'll see. This is the manual. That's the QR code for the manual. So if you want to follow along, here is the code. Where is the camera? There is the code. It's in Dutch, so I don't know if it'll... if you will be able to follow well if you don't speak Dutch, but I also have the manual over here. So let's see. Let's turn on the soldering station. What have we got inside? Is my camera in focus? That's also a question. Yeah, I think we have... Wow, those are really nice and big displays. And the USB cable. We don't have enough USB cables yet. This is the case. Oh, and there is a filter as well for the display. I'll put those aside. We don't need those yet. Let's open this thing up. Okay. Right. So here are the digits. They are really tall. Then we have some components. The USB cable, which I will put aside. And the PCB. It's a nice white PCB. Yeah, that looks like quite a bit of soldering that we will have to do. So let's see what we got here in this bag of components. Yeah, if the lighting is weird, that's because I don't have any lighting here yet. Well, I have lighting in the room, but not above the bench here. I'm just working in daylight. So, and we have some clouds and some rain today, so it could be that the lighting changes over the course of the video. This, I guess, is a beeper. Then we have some buttons, the power socket, some resistors, a crystal, a battery. I hope that still holds a charge. Battery holder, some more resistors, some capacitors, some transistors. What's this? It's a light sensor or something? Anyway, let's have a look at the manual. Okay, this is the list of components. I don't know if this is in shot. Yeah, it doesn't really have to be in shot. I will read what I have to say about this. Here we have some ICs as well and some sockets. Okay. Oh, here they explain the different values of what are different values of resistors and color coding. So it's really aimed at beginners as well, which is nice. So we have 10K resistors, we have 510 ohm resistors, and 4.7K. These are the 10K ones. These are the 4.7, yes, and these are 510 ohms, right? All components has to be placed on the top side except for the LEDs. So here we have to put all the components and here we have to put the displays, right? Now they say to start with the components like the resistors. Okay, I'm gonna put it in my contraption here. Wait, let me just move the camera a bit. I'm still getting used to all of this. It's very DIY at the moment, so forgive me for that. I also don't really have a straight top-down view. It's just a small Gorilla Pod that I'm using to do the video, so yeah. You'll have to bear with me for a while. Things will get better over the next episodes. Okay. Right, let's do the resistors first. I think I'm just better, put them in, or let's do the 10K ones. And they have, they give one spare resistor of each type. Okay. Right. Now let's see, how far do I need to bend these? Let's do this nice and tidy, right? It's not because it's a simple project that it needs to be ugly. Okay. That's it. Yeah, that is already not great. Okay. So this, I don't know how well this thing will work. I read in the reviews that some people do have a bit of issues with this type of clock, that it doesn't really, it's not that accurate, but it's not that important. But why is this? It's already off to a great start. Just gonna do it without the tool. Just gonna put them in like that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And I swap them around. I really would like to do this nicely. And I think I'm gonna position them like this. To have them all nicely positioned in the same way. I always try to do this, especially with these DIY projects. It's just for fun. Okay. Let me just be 100% sure that these are 10K before we run into problems with swapping components. Wait, okay, they're touching probably. So I'm measuring 5K, this is 10K. 5K, what the hell is going on? Yeah, 10K, 10K, all right. I'm gonna solder these on the bottom side. Yeah, so I'm gonna let this video run in real time. So I will try to fill it up with some talking, but I can't guarantee. I'm not that great at improvisation. I haven't prepared anything. So we will see how well we get along. I think I'm gonna do all the rest at once. So here the 4.7. I think these are 4.7. Yeah, that's yellow, purple, black. Yeah. That's 4.7, all right. So the entire row here is basically resistors of 4.7K. So let's just put these in and put them in all in the same manner with the color coding from the left to the right. Okay. Nice. I think maybe my solder is a bit too big and the tip of my iron is a bit too big for this job. But it's also a bit too hot. I have had issues with my soldering station a couple of times. It has a thermostat, so it's not a digital soldering station. It has an analog thermostat for the temperature. The problem, however, is that on a couple of occasions, it just kept heating. Even it doesn't matter on what temperature you put it, it was working like you set it on the max temperature all the time, which obviously, yeah, if you didn't notice it, a couple of times I didn't notice it, and then when you're soldering, you start suddenly lifting traces and the tip starts oxidizing immediately, and then after a while I noticed. I opened up the station already a couple of times and I cannot really find anything wrong. I think it's a matter of having maybe a bad connection on the cable where the solder iron connects to the station, because the issue after a while just simply disappeared, and I reflowed the connections on the cable and I tightened the connector, and I haven't had the issue since, but I had it a couple of times and it's super annoying. And now I bought here, I never used this, like this to clean your solder iron tip. I always use the wet sponge. I now bought here this thing, but I really don't like it. I think I'm gonna switch back to a sponge, because this doesn't cut it for me. Just give me 1 second. I will cut the video and I'll be right back. Okay, that's better. I have changed the tip. I have a sponge now. I have some smaller solder. That should do the job much better. Now let's solder these in. Okay. This should work much, much better. Yeah, indeed. That's a big difference. It's the first time I'm soldering in months, I guess. Maybe months, but at least like more than a month at least. So it's a bit of getting back into the flow. And these pads are also quite tiny. When I design a PCB, I like to make the pads always a bit bigger than what the standard configuration is. But here these are quite tiny. This one can use a bit more. Okay, and the other side. If you don't like me bending the wires like this, well, tough luck. It's just a DIY simple clock. Doesn't really matter that much. Okay. Yeah, I think they're all done. Okay, now the next ones, those are the 510 ohms, and that's this array of resistors. Let's have a bit of coffee. No, I do know that these videos are not the most popular videos, but that's all we have for the moment. So I do have a lot of projects coming up, but I really need to get my workshop, fully organized, fully set up before I can start doing something else than something simple like this. Because, yeah, I have acquired quite a lot of radios and other vintage audio equipment recently, so I do have quite a bit of projects in the queue. Should I spoil some things? Maybe. Let's see. I bought quite a bit of tape recorders. I did a reel-to-reel machine on my channel earlier. I like that a lot, actually. So I will probably do another one over the course of 2025. Then what else? There is funnily enough, I have a channel dedicated to retro and vintage audio equipment, but one of the videos that has gathered the most views is the one on the Marshall Bluetooth speaker that I repaired. And it just keeps getting views. I guess it's because it's a modern machine or a modern type of equipment, and that there are a lot of people having also issues with these type of speakers, and they are looking for solutions. There are also some people that contacted me that had the same speaker and the same issue, and they were asking if I could repair their speaker, but yeah, I don't really have time to do that. I don't take any assignments. I just do this as a hobby. I was doing that repair for a friend, but normally I don't do assignments really. So you'll have to find someone else who can do electronics repair and show them my video, and then maybe that can help the repair, right? That's really the reason why I put online those type of videos, to help other people. Now the thing with this Marshall Bluetooth speaker is that I got it back because it broke down again. So I will do a follow-up video on that one. I already took it apart and ordered some new parts for it. So hopefully soon we will have a follow-up video on that, and hopefully then the speaker will stay working and not break down anymore. It looks like the power supply again broke down. So I don't know if you have seen that video, but it turned out that the switch mode power supply was basically blown in that Bluetooth speaker. So I replaced quite a bit of components, and now again, some of those components that I replaced blew again, together with some new ones. And yeah, so it's a bit of a difficult one, that speaker. And it's starting to rain. So if you hear something on the video, it's the rain that you're hearing. Let's cut these off. Okay. So the new workshop that I have has some windows in the roof basically. So I do have a lot of natural light, which is nice. But yeah, the drawback of that is that if it starts raining, I think you'll hear it quite badly on the video. But okay. At least you won't hear any chickens anymore in the background. What's the next step? Oh, they're saying first resistors, la la la. But they're really not saying anything, they just say place all components. Okay, let's do that. Let's do the capacitors next. So we have here C1, and I don't think you can see this very well, right? Maybe it's not a bad idea to zoom in a bit, just a second. Okay, I zoomed in on the PCB. That's, I think, better for you. I just need to make sure that I don't shift it out of view. Now, let's see, we have here C1 and C3. Those are 22 picofarad capacitors. So we have some capacitors here. I have a 104, these are 22. Okay, that's C1 and C3, so that's this guy. And there's another tiny one, and this guy. Okay. Just holding these in place. Bending the leads over, ouch. This is really by far the easiest way to hold components in place, and that is just bend the leads over. It's not the best way of doing it, because you stress the leads a bit, and in the long term, it's apparently it should be not the best option, but honestly, for this type of project, it doesn't really matter that much. Okay. Then the next capacitors, man, this screen of this phone keeps locking up. C2 104. I have C2. I have two 104s here. I think it's another spare one. So that's this guy. Yeah. That's funny. They call it in the manual. They call it capacitor 104. It just means, what is it? 104, 10 nano. Yeah, I think so. No, yeah, yes. 103 would be 1 nanofarad. 104 is 10 nanofarad. Man, these pads are really tiny. Okay, that one is in. Again, what was I talking about? Yeah, the projects, but wait, let me first... Screen locked up again. The crystal, what else do we still have left here in terms of normal components? These transistors, are these all the same? So I have here Q4, Q3, Q2 and Q1, and these are all the same, S8550. Yeah, I don't know what type of transistor that is. Is there a schematic here? Yeah, there is a schematic. And these are PNP transistors. No. Okay. Right, let's plug them in. And that's a bit annoying. They, yeah, how do you call it? The line up here is not corresponding to the transistor. See, how do you call it again? Man, my English is a bit rusty. The base, no. See, it's splaying out the legs because the holes are too far from each other, too wide. So they didn't use the correct template when drawing the PCB. This is really not what you want. If this would have been an audio amplifier, I would have bent the legs a bit from the two outer pins. I would have bent the legs a bit to make it just drop in. Instead of now, I'm just putting a lot of stress on the leads. In the long run, that's really not a good idea. But that does mean that they stay in place easily to solder. And yeah, again, what is coming up next? So, of course, some tube radios as well. I bought a couple new ones. I have now a stock of quite a lot of tube radios that have to be done. I think easily more than 20. I think maybe 25 to 30 tube radios that I have in stock at the moment, which are unrestored. Some of them are not worth restoring because they are in such bad condition that I just keep them for spare parts. I have a couple of which the dial glass is broken, which have blown transformers, power transformers or output transformers. So those will be kept for spare parts. But some other ones are, very good shape or very good candidates for restoration. So quite excited for those. There is also a couple of outstanding projects that I still need to finish. I have the tube radio from the RR radio from the 1930s that is still not finished because, well, life got in the way and this move got in the way and everything. I have worked further on it, and basically the only thing I still need to do is make a new back panel. I made a back panel, but it doesn't fit really well, so I need to redo that. And when that's finished, then the radio is basically done. So I do have some footage already for that one. I just have not yet. I will only compile it into a video when everything is completely done. Let's see, what else? Maybe the ICs, the crystal. The crystal, yeah. Indeed. Where is the crystal? There is another transistor here. We got a spare transistor as well, apparently. That's always nice if they provide spares. Right. Okay. Let's be a bit... Oh, I was out of focus. Be a bit careful when heating this crystal up. Okay. My coffee is almost finished and it's still warm. Okay. What is next? Maybe the sockets for the chips. But these, I really like the size of these digits. That's quite nice. This one has to go in like that. Oh, these are flimsy. Jeez. And they're spaced out a bit too wide. The pattern on the piece. You see, there is one pin not going in here. Damn, these sockets are flimsy. Okay. And again, the pads are really tiny. And with these, you also don't want to heat them up too long, because otherwise you will melt the plastic of the socket. It's really starting to rain heavily now. I don't know about where you are located, but here in Belgium it has been raining basically for 2 months now. Well, not continuously, of course, but the weather has been pretty bad. We only had a couple of days where there was really sunshine over the past month or so. It's really bad. We have here in the local city a Christmas market, just like so many cities in Belgium, Netherlands, Germany have Christmas market. What is happening with my... See, I think my solder station is doing it again. See, my tip has gone completely black now. Yeah, don't know what is going on here, but I might need to ask a new solder station for Santa Claus, but yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that we have a Christmas market here in the city where I live, and I haven't been able to go yet. Because every time when I had the time to go, the weather was really bad. So, and I think, well, once Christmas is over, they will, I think even on the 24th, so it's the day I will release the video, the 24th, the Christmas market will already be gone. So I don't even think I will be able to go this year. Yeah, the weather has been horrible. But we do have a bit of improvement inside. Hopefully next week is going to be better. But yeah. There was another socket to do, I believe, yes. There, that one. That is for DS1302. Okay, that one sits in very loosely, which is annoying. So I'm just gonna have to keep it in place while soldering one pin. Oh, yeah, that should be okay. Now, a while ago I did a poll on the channel to check what type of restoration you would like me see doing, and the result was clearly a tube radio. So then I did a tube radio, and then it turned out to be a really bad one, and I didn't even, I stopped the project because it was totally not worth restoring. So to make up for that, I will probably do a tube radio again very soon. Probably in January, or even over the first coming weeks or so. I do have a couple of small ones that I still want to do, so I think those are a good place to start. What else do we have here? So we have the battery terminal. Let's do that one next. Let me just check the picture here to see exactly how it needs to be. There is no picture. Oh damn. Really? Apparently not. So what is, I think it should be like that, because we have here the line drawn on the board. See there? So I think it should be like that. But what is annoying is they they provided an SMD version of this battery holder, which is pretty darn annoying, especially for beginners. This is not a good idea to do it like that. To provide something like that in a kit, that's not the greatest idea. But it works, see? That's connected. Let's do this side. That won't, yeah, there it is, okay. Right, and I'm gonna add a bit more on this side as well. Okay. That should be fine. What's next? This guy, no. This is an NTC, okay. Does it also has a temperature sensor? And where is this? Where does this have to go? There, NTC. Does this have a polarization? Probably not. So I'm gonna put that one over here. See, there is also something marked LDR. Light sensitive, wait. This is wait. This is indeed the NTC. Yeah, correct. Okay. So if you have some questions or something that you would like me to talk about during this type of videos, let me know, because now I'm just rambling and I'm just saying things that come into my mind. This is the LDR, light sensitive resistor, this light detector basically. This one has to go over here. Come on. Okay. I don't know what they do. I don't know why they are in the circuit. I haven't read the functionality of what this clock should do, so I don't know. Let's see and be surprised. Now, like I already said, I read in the comments that there are some people who say that they had a lot of drift on the clock, that after a couple of days it was already significantly out. So yeah, switches. We have two switches. They are on this side. Okay, then this is the beeper, and that's the positive. See, that's marked. Remove seal after washing. What? Washing? Who washes their beepers? Now I need to reposition this thing. I think I can do it like this. Clamp it in the other direction. That should work. Yes, that works. And it's still in shot, I hope. Let me focus like this. Okay. This is again going to be quite a long video with not a lot of content, but I only do this type of thing a couple of times a year, so I hope you don't mind. Yeah, that was out of shot. but trust me, the beeper is in. Now, should we wash the beeper or not? Right. The switches, and they are out of focus. Okay, like that's better. So 2 switches, one over here and one over there. And I'm turning them around and hope that they don't fall out. Okay, that's not attaching to the, there it goes, right, okay. Oh, this is taking up quite a bit of heat. Before you ask, because I always get this question, are you using solder-free, lead-free solder or leaded solder? This is lead-free, and I don't understand why people are always complaining about lead-free solder. I don't have any issues at all with lead-free solder. Works perfectly fine. Some people say that you get always cold solder joints with lead-free solder. I don't have any problems with that. The only occasion when I use leaded solder is in, well, very fragile situations where you cannot really apply too much heat. In like old PCBs where traces lift easily, there I use leaded solder. That's mainly or sometimes also if you have like big ground connections that soak up a lot of heat, then I also use leaded solder. But it's basically only in those types of situations, very specific situations, that I use leaded solder. For these types of applications, lead-free is perfectly fine. And I don't understand why people have so much trouble with lead-free solder. I think most people are just using lead-free solder in the same way that they are using leaded solder, and then of course you get problems. The big tips I can only give, and again this is out of focus, or out of shot even, let me just do that. The biggest tips I can give when using lead-free solder is, first of all, turn up your soldering iron 50 degrees compared to what you're used to. So, and then secondly, now I forgot what I was going to say because I was concentrating here. Buy maybe some finer solder. Don't use too thick. Well, it depends on the application, but here in this case, I'm using 0.5 millimeter. This is lead-free, right? Yeah, yes, this is lead-free. And that works much more significantly better, let's say, than thicker solder wire. So if you do that, then it should be perfectly fine. See, absolutely no issues at all. And it's not because the solder looks a bit dull and not always very shiny that it means that it's a cold solder joint. That's not the case. Lead-free solder will just always be a bit more dull looking than leaded solder. Are we done here? Apart from the LEDs, I guess, yes, I do see over there connector. I don't think that is used. No. Okay, time to put in the big ones. And I'm gonna do this not using the contraption, like this. Okay. And then we have here, okay, the ICs, I'm gonna put these aside for a second. These are the nice big digits. Right, they are attached to each other. Oh, okay. Right, I think they go like that. Yeah, that's the dot. Come on. Come on. Doesn't fit perfectly fine. Okay, next one. Just gonna put in all 4 and then solder them all at once. Oh, I have a bent pin here. I hope all of this is still in shot because I'm not watching the camera at all. Okay, next 2. I'm going to remove all this protective plastic. You can choose to leave it on, but I'm choosing to remove it. Why? Because it's my clock. And that's really the only reason. Okay. No, not okay. Come on. Ah, there is a pin slightly bent, that explains. Okay. Right. Now let's do it like this, that they are nice and flat. All right. And now I will zoom in a bit. It works. See, I don't understand people's problems with lead-free solder. This is just working perfectly fine. Again, as I said, in some applications it's better to use leaded solder and vintage equipment, old amplifiers, things like that with very fragile PCBs. It's better to turn down the heat and use leaded solder, but in these modern types of PCBs there is no reason to use leaded solder at all. Anyway, one of the radios I acquired recently is an Hungarian radio. I'm definitely gonna do a video about that one because here in Western Europe those types of radios are quite rare. Probably in Eastern Europe and yeah, especially in Hungary, will be more common. But I haven't seen a lot of Western YouTubers, let's say, do videos about those types of radios. So yeah, I'm looking forward a lot to working on that one. Yeah, it's a tube radio. Don't know the exact year, but it's from, I think it's from Tungsram. So it's the same brand that made the tubes. Famous Hungarian brand of vacuum tubes. And I actually bought it on an advertisement, let's say. And when I went to pick it up, it was significantly larger than I imagined it to be on the picture, based on the picture. So yeah, it's a nice one, and I didn't pay a lot. it looks complete. The cabinet looks in great condition. I have no idea on the inners. I haven't looked inside. I have no idea on if it is, well, I don't guess it's working, but yeah. That will definitely be in a video quite soon. I think we are done. Yeah, we have the case left, but in the electronics, I think we are done. Still need to put the chips in, obviously. I think the chips, well, they should go in like this. What is this chip actually? DS1312. What's that? Let's have a look at the schematic. No clue. Don't know what it does. It has to do with the crystal. Is it like an op-amp or something? It's a bit annoying that there is no explanation of the workings of this circuit. Don't think it's too complicated, but I haven't bothered checking. No. Man, how many pins do you need in this chip? Okay. It is in. Let's just say that we washed the beeper. Yeah. Okay, let's plug it in. And let's see if it goes bang. I'm not gonna cut off the pins of the display because they don't stick out that much and doesn't really make a difference because the components are higher anyway on this side of the PCB. Let's plug this in. Oh, voila. And let's plug in the power. Oh, that's dim, but these are blue LEDs. That's pretty neat. I see something blinking and -3, what the heck? 7E? 701? What the heck is this? And I almost cannot read it. I think we need the filter for that. Ah, yeah, that's better. Now you cannot see anything. -3. I hope that's not the 7E. 780. What is this? 7E. 2001. That looks like a year. -3. What the heck? 7.81. What is this? Okay. Let's read the manual. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, that's great. They say, can you discover all the functionality of this clock? That's great. So you can use the buttons on the side to dim the lighting and open the menu, or you can push both buttons at the same time. What? Yeah, that's not... What the heck is going... Oh, that's an alarm. SOS? No! What? What is happening? How do you turn this off? Come on, stop beeping. screw this, because maybe I need the battery. But I think the battery is only for the memory, I guess. Come on. Yeah, but what is weird is, see, 13, I guess this is why this is blinking is, do I have a short perhaps somewhere on this LED? No, I cannot see anything shorted. It's really weird. And these, wait, I guess this is the clock, but why this is blinking here inside the second digit, I don't know. 22E, 23, 24, 25. What is going on? I think there is something definitely wrong with that digit. Okay, so this is like setting an alarm or something. See, this digit is inverted, it looks like. Or well, this segment of this digit. Or it is... See, that's supposed to be 0, 2. This is no ID. C on. This is no ID. This, I guess, is the normal clock. But oh, that's the brightness. Nice. Okay, that's much better. Really much better. 35E. 36. This. If this is a C, then maybe this is an alarm for a temperature or something. No clue. Let's set it to 30. 2016, I guess that is the year. So let's see, this digit, there is something wrong with that segment. 2024. This then will be the date. So it's today. Yeah, this is the month indeed. So it's 12. I'm recording this on 22nd of December, so 22. And I need to check that one. Don't know what's going on there. -2. No, I need -3, -4, -5. No idea what this is. Let's set it to -1. Because this is the clock. It's now 15. Can you hold it down to go faster? Because it's 15:03. Probably not. See, this dot is also incorrect. And it's now 15:03. Okay. I don't know what this is. On. Alarm. Alarm on, alarm off. And again, these segments are swapped. And then, this is the alarm then, I guess. C on, C off. No, maybe temperature. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No idea what this is. This is also a clock, but for what? No clue. This is the current clock again. But see, there is something going on here. And honestly, I don't see it. I'm not seeing what is wrong with this display. Well, I think there is it's a problem in software probably, because I don't see anything wrong with my soldering. It's clear that on this display the dot and the center segment are swapped, and there's not much I can do apart from swapping out these segments. But how am I going to do that? I can't really even see the traces on this PCB. That's why I don't like white PCBs. And if the traces are on this side of the board, I need to take out a segment, and I'm not sure if that's worth it. Okay, maybe let's take off this display in its entirety. So far for a fun and relaxing Christmas project. I'm not gonna solder that while it's powered on. I also have no idea how easily it will come out. I guess it won't come out easily. Well, this sucks. I am trying to continue here a bit, but it's not going to work. I'm not gonna be able to get this off at all without cutting these legs of this display, and then it's basically ruined because I won't be able to get it back in. So yes, this is a fail. I'm not convinced that it's because of an error I made. I think there is something wrong with either the design or the LCD or the chip or whatever. So yeah, that's a fail. Well, we are the day after, and I thought let's give it another go, and I did manage to fix it. We are not quitters, all right? So what did I do? Well, I did manage to get this display removed, this one. And what I did is I cut the traces to the center segment and to the decimal point of this display. And the decimal point I just left unconnected because I don't think that's used anyway. And the center segment, that's segment G, if I'm recall correctly, I just jumpered it to the segment, to the corresponding segment of the next digit. This works because these displays, they are multiplexed, so all segments are connected in parallel, basically, for all the displays. And now it's working perfectly fine. So I do believe that there is something wrong in the software or in the PCB of this clock. But yeah, now it works. And I also assembled the case. Well, I think you can be glad that I didn't film that, because man, that was a frustrating experience to get it together. But it's done now, and it's working pretty well. And I also figured out all the functionality. So this button, so you have two buttons. This is S2. Yeah, the top one is S2 and the bottom one is S1. If you if you short press S1, then you're basically using the light sensor to change the intensity of the display. See, if I lift it up, then there is some light shining on the light sensor, see? And then it senses the light, and it has basically two modes, high intensity or low intensity. I'm just gonna disable this. See, if you short press this, then it's just fixed on high intensity and it doesn't dim with the light. Then if you press both buttons together for 5 seconds or so, that's a full reset. I'm not gonna do that. If you hold down the lower button for 5 seconds, then it goes through a cycle. See, it doesn't only show the clock, but it goes every, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. It shows the day of the month, day of the week, and temperature. See, that's the day of the month. That's the day of the week. So first day, it's Monday, and that's the temperature, but I haven't calibrated the temperature yet, so it's showing 30 degrees. So it goes through this cycle constantly. You just hold it down for 5 seconds again, and then it returns to the clock. Then the top switch, that's a settings menu. So first press is the calibration of the temperature. I have no clue what the temperature is here in the room at the moment, but let's... okay, it can go up to 50 degrees. Let's put it to 20. I don't know what the temperature is here at the moment. I would have to check. That's the year, obviously. This is month and day. This is day of the week, so that's one is Monday. So see, it goes up to 7 and then wraps around. So let's keep it on Monday. This is the clock, simply setting the clock. This means alarm on or, oh shit, I pushed the wrong button. That the previous one meant alarm on or off. So the alarm is off. This is the alarm time. So it's set to 10:02 now at the moment. This means a chime on or off. So if you enable the chime, then every hour or half an hour, I don't know, I haven't heard it yet, it should beep. Well, I looked up the settings online for this clock. It should beep every hour or half an hour or so. So this is set to on. And then this setting programs between which hours you want the chimes to go. So this means that from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the evening, you will have hourly or half an hourly chimes. And then outside this interval, the clock is silent. It's useful for at night, but I don't think I'm going to use the chimes anyway. And that's it. It's... Well, now I have it together and completed and working. It's not too bad. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but at least we managed to get it to work. I'm just going to leave it to run for a couple of days, I think, and then see how far it drifts, because I've read online that it might drift significantly. So, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you're still awake, I did in the end up editing the video a bit because of the issues that I had, so it wasn't really fully in real time. My apologies for that, but on the flip side, we did manage to get the clock working, so that's nice. Anyway, that's it from my side. I hope you'll have a pleasant end of year. If you celebrate Christmas, I wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And also a Happy New Year. I don't think I will be putting out any more videos this year, but you'll never know. So, but it will anyway be very shortly in the new year that I will post some new videos. So, thanks for watching, thanks for staying with me, and thanks for supporting and watching my videos this year. And we'll just continue on into 2025 with this channel, right? So, thanks a lot. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and see you later. Bye-bye.